Action movies led by fierce women are not much talked about, but they are delivering thrilling fight scenes with smart stories and unforgettable characters. Whether it's a secret agent, a deadly assassin, or a lone warrior, these films show women coming out on top while facing impossible odds. Today, we bring you the must-watch female-led action films. Watch along, let us know your top pick in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more amazing movie reviews.
It was a mistake to assign you to this case, Abby.
Directed by Sophia Banks, Black Site stars Michelle Monaghan as Ava, a CIA agent stationed in Jordan. The film begins with a standard assignment, but it soon becomes a brutal fight for survival when terrorists infiltrate the facility, targeting a high-value prisoner. As chaos erupts, Ava must not only hold her ground, but also uncover who within the agency has compromised their safety. The film delivers intense action within the claustrophobic walls of the facility. The film also casts Jason Clarke and Jai Courtney, adding to the film's atmosphere of mistrust and moral ambiguity.
You gonna tell us what really happened?
You really have no idea, do you?
The narrative keeps you guessing who's friend and who's foe, while Monaghan's performance carries the emotional and physical weight of the story. Black Site received positive nods for its sharp pacing and gripping lead. It's a tight, gritty thriller that leans into real-world intensity over flashy spectacle, making it a solid pick for fans of survival action stories. You can think of The Witch, Subversion, as a seemingly peaceful coming-of-age tale, but it quickly transforms into a blood-soaked superhuman showdown. Director Park Hoon-jung masterfully blends psychological suspense with stylized action, layering mystery and menace into every reveal. The film builds slowly, then explodes into jaw-dropping combat. Her transformation is not just physical, it's emotional and haunting. Kim Da-mi delivers a breakout performance as Ja-yoon, a quiet high school student with a traumatic past that she can't remember.
내가 아니랬지.
Ja-yoon was once part of a secret government experiment that brought her superhuman abilities. When mysterious strangers arrive and her buried powers reawaken, she's forced into a violent confrontation she's not ready for. The film's originality, smart pacing, and subversive take on the action genre has earned great appreciation. The Witch gained a strong cult following, leading to a sequel, The Witch, Part 2. Set in the neon underworld of Tokyo, Kate introduces us to a deadly assassin who has been double-crossed and only has 24 hours left to live. Mary Elizabeth Winstead stars as the titular Kate, a seasoned killer who is fatally poisoned and spends her last day hunting down those responsible. Her brutal, fast-paced quest takes her through a bloody trail of betrayals and mob connections, and in the process, she forms a bond with the teenage niece of one of her victims. What sets Kate apart is its emotional center. As the clock ticks, Kate begins to rediscover her lost humanity.
They're scary.
Winstead delivers a steely yet compassionate performance, giving the character more heart than your average assassin. Directed by Cedric Nicholas Troyan, the film is packed with stylized fight choreography, slick visuals, and a gritty soundtrack that mirrors Kate's unraveling state. The film is appreciated for the unrelenting energy and Winstead's commanding screen presence.
아무도 모르면 그게 아무 일도 없는 거야.
Gil Bok-soon is a stylish, character-driven South Korean action film that paints the double life of Gil Bok-soon. By day, she's a loving mother, and by night, she's one of the most feared contract killers in Korea. Jeon Do-yeon delivers a nuanced and magnetic performance as Bok-soon, a woman walking a razor's edge between maternal responsibility and professional bloodshed. Directed by Byun Sung-hyun, the film delivers an extraordinary play of moral dilemma. Bok-soon is fiercely loyal to her teenage daughter, but her career in a hyper-structured assassination agency often demands secrecy, violence, and betrayal.
말하는 게
사람 죽이는 건 심플해. 애 키우는 거에 비하면.
너무 크게 생각하신다.
As tensions rise within the agency and her daughter grows suspicious of her true life, the story forces Boksoon to make a choice: protect her job or protect her soul. The elegant action sequences of the film often feel like dance battles with blades. The film is loved for its blend of action and emotional complexity, making it different from conventional assassin stories.
Qui es-tu? Il sera jugé, je vous le promets.
Non.
In Sentinel, Olga Kurilenko plays Clara, a French soldier recently returned home after a traumatic deployment. Plagued by PTSD and struggling to adjust to civilian life, Clara is sent into a darker spiral when her younger sister is assaulted and left in a coma. As the justice system fails her, Clara takes the law into her own hands. What follows is a brutal, emotionally charged quest for vengeance. Director Julian Leclerc doesn't dress up the violence. It's raw, personal, and full of impact. Kurilenko's performance is intense and filled with rage, channeling Clara's inner chaos into each confrontation.
Il le fera encore. Il ne peut pas s'en tirer comme ça.
The film avoids glamorizing revenge and instead leans into Clara's pain and moral disintegration. Its emotional realism and Kurilenko's committed lead impressed the viewers. Sentinel isn't about flashy explosions or witty one-liners. Rather, it's about trauma, justice, and the cost of survival. For those who prefer their action grounded in emotional truth, this film hits hard.
Vi måste klara det.
Set in a near-future Sweden devastated by conflict, Black Crab follows the story of Caroline Ed, played by Noomi Rapace. Eddie is a soldier sent on a covert mission to transport a mysterious package across a frozen archipelago. Noomi Rapace plays the role of a mother with a weary resolve, whose own loss haunts every step she takes across the ice. Directed by Adam Berg, the film is visually stunning, with eerie frozen landscapes and minimalistic tension.
Det finns en chans att vi kan klara det.
The mission, designed as a suicide run, quickly becomes a psychological test of survival. Caroline's dedication to her cause is complicated by the revelation that the mission's true purpose may not be as noble as promised. Black Crab is praised for its atmospheric storytelling and Rapace's commanding performance. This film is quiet, unnerving, and utterly human. For viewers who like their action coated in bleak realism and moral complexity, this Swedish thriller is a chilling experience.
I can kill you too.
Violent, claustrophobic, and completely unrelenting, Everly is a high-octane, single-location action film. The film pits one woman against an entire criminal empire. Salma Hayek stars as Everly, a woman trapped in her apartment. She defied the Yakuza boss who kept her as a sex slave. When he sends wave after wave of hitmen to kill her, she turns her home into a bloody battleground. Hayek is ferocious in the role, turning household items into weapons and navigating each fight with desperation and rage.
Everly? Sorry, sweetie, but I need that money.
Directed by Joe Lynch, the film never loses sight of its emotional core, despite the non-stop violence. Everly's main goal is to protect her young daughter, and that gives the chaos real stakes. Fans embraced its grindhouse style and Hayek's raw energy, but among action fans, Everly has gained cult status for its gutsy performance and brutal pace. Rogue drops the viewers into the unforgiving African wilderness, where Megan Fox plays Samantha, a mercenary. Tasked with rescuing kidnapped schoolgirls from armed rebels, Samantha's mission goes sideways. She and her team are forced to flee into lion territory, where they must battle not only their enemies, but also the environment. Directed by M.J. Bassett, the film is part action thriller, part survival horror. Samantha isn't your typical invincible hero. Rather, she's scrappy, smart, and constantly on edge. Fox brings a surprising grit to the role, shedding glamour for grit and bruises. The film offers an unusual twist with the inclusion of a rogue lioness as a parallel threat, making the jungle feel alive and just as hostile as the villains. The film is praised for Fox's commitment and the film's earnest tone. For action fans who enjoy high-stakes rescue missions and natural threats, Rogue offers a solid watch with a capable woman leading the way.
You have purpose.
The Old Guard is a refreshing twist on the superhero genre, centered on a group of immortal warriors. The warriors fought in humanity's wars for centuries and are now starting to question their purpose. Charlize Theron leads as Andy, a weary yet fierce fighter who's seen too much and lost even more. When a new immortal, Nile, played by Kiki Lane, awakens to her powers, the team is forced into action once again, this time to protect themselves from exploitation. Directed by Gina Prince Bythewood, the film combines brutal, expertly choreographed combat with emotional introspection. It explores grief, memory, and the crushing burden of immortality.
Shouldn't have done that.
We don't have all the answers.
Theron is magnetic as always, giving Andy both strength and softness, while Kiki Lane brings fresh energy as the reluctant recruit. The Old Guard is loved for its inclusive cast, tight action, and philosophical undertones. Its popularity on Netflix led to a sequel released on July 2nd, 2025. It's a rare action movie that gives you both adrenaline and soul.
Ich habe sie unterschätzt.
Wo ist Josh?
Set almost entirely within the confines of a U.S. consulate, Exterritorial is a tense, slow-burning German action thriller that cleverly weaves psychological drama with espionage. Jeanne Gourceau stars as Sarah Wolf, a former German special forces. The soldier is still haunted by the trauma of losing her entire unit in an ambush during deployment in Afghanistan. Now a civilian, she visits the U.S. consulate in Frankfurt with her young son Josh to apply for a work visa.
Was bist du dann? Ich bin für sowas ausgebildet.
But everything unravels when Josh mysteriously disappears, and the surveillance footage shows no trace of him ever being there. Directed by Christian Zubert, Exterritorial was released on Netflix on April 30th, 2025, and received praise for its nail-biting pacing and emotionally charged lead performance. Gourceau's portrayal of a mother-turned-soldier again is both vulnerable and fearless.